Okay, so this is going to be a video on how to change a water pump on a Kenmore heavy duty 70 series extra capacity. So the first thing that you do is there's screws here. I have already taken them out because I had this thing apart to diagnose it. If I would have known the parts were going to come so fast, I wouldn't have put it back together, but I had so much laundry I needed to do. So anyway, screw there and a screw there. And when those are out, this will lift. So you want to lift it and put it back. Then what you need to do is unclip this here. Just set it aside. Then next you're gonna have to take these clips out, and I'll get to that in a minute, but first I'm gonna put these clothes in the dryer. Okay, so now that I have the cover, this cover off and back, and the next step is to take out these clips, retaining clips. So there's two of them on either side, and once you get them out, you should be able to pull this whole casing away. There might be a screw or two in the back. I know there used to be one on this, but it's not in there anymore, so check the back of it. The other thing I wanted to mention too, when this is down, you know, like I said, this is a Kenmore 70 series, and I showed you where the screws were in this. They're visible. Well, I didn't even know they were there because they were so covered in junk. This is so dirty, I gotta clean it. But anyway, what I wanted to say was, with some other makes and models, you might have to take off a piece of plastic or something like that snaps off in order to find the screw under there. So they're not all the same, but this is a Kenmore 70 series. So here we go, and take off these retaining clips. So just stick a screwdriver in there. It's not that easy. Just set them aside. Right underneath here, there's a plastic part that water flows through into the washing machine, so you got to kind of get it up over that too. And down on the very bottom, there's a ledge along the bottom on each side, so you got to get it around that too. So it's always a fight. It's got little metal tabs down there too. This piece of plastic that kind of, I don't know why it's even on there. So it's got this tab, kind of like a shark fin here, and it's also got tabs like across the back here, and that shark fin tab goes in this little hole, so you got to kind of lift it up. But then you've got this down here, hopefully you can see it, you got this ledge here on both sides that this goes over it, and once it gets hooked on those back corners, I guess it's kind of hard to see, isn't it? This camera's not very good in dark. Once it gets hooked on those back corners, it's really on there. So, well, anyway, as you can see, it's pretty dirty, but this is the part we're doing. is water pump. Water pump is bad, leaking water all over the floor. What is this? Hopefully the tub, washing machine tub is not bad. And here's another thing that I didn't do that I should have done prior to even starting this is unplug. So make sure you unplug it before you start. Especially with the water leaking down there, you might want to turn off the water supply too, but I don't think it's really necessary. So I don't think it's absolutely necessary, so I'm not going to do it. So I'll be back in a second. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do here is undo these clips. There's going to be water leaking. The water pump is leaking, so there's going to be some water in there. So again, make sure that you have it unplugged from the wall, or alternatively that you have the circuit breaker off. And there's going to be water. Water is going to come out of these hoses. So you might want to be ready with towels or something for your floor. And you can push this. The machine will rock. So you can push it back and get your towels set underneath there. Also, these clips just turn in there and come off, so you can set them aside. These ones are rusted, and my new pump didn't come with clips. I'm not sure where to get new clips. And so you need to have a channel lock like this, because you really can't do these by hand. These things, or I probably should start with the bottom one. Now, get ready for the water to come out. And when you wiggle that thing off of there, go slowly, because the water will squirt out fast if you don't. So move it off of there, move the hose off of there slowly, so the water has a chance to just dribble out, because it will squirt. I've got hit by it before. When I took this off the first time to diagnose the problem, and I had to put it back together, I had too much laundry to do before the new pump got here. See, I don't know if you can see that, there's not a lot of light, but it's squirting. That's the problem, is you just can't get a bucket underneath there, you know. Because for the bottom one, that's the one that goes all the way back and up to the drain pipe, so that's going to have a lot more water in it than the top one. But the top one will still squirt, so get your towels ready. I probably should have put my camera in the waterproof case. But the sound, you can't really hear the sound very well from my voice if it's in the waterproof case. actually, you might want to think about taking the hoses off before you take the clips off. So there's a little bit of water. Alright, so anyway, if your pump has been leaking a really long time and you have hard water, the lime and calcium and such from the water can make it really stick to the motor shaft, and it's really difficult to pull it off, because one that's, you know, a newer one wouldn't have all this rust and deposits on it. So one of the ways you can tell that it's your water pump that's bad is not only the area where it's leaking, because it'll leak right around here where the motor shaft goes in, and it should be sealed. It should not be leaking around there. So, I mean, if you want to test it, what you can do is clean it off a little bit, cover one of these hose ports, and then blow in the other one, and you'll hear the air coming out when water coming out, so you'll know it's bad. So this has been leaking, I think, for a long time, because the first time I took it off, I really had to muscle it, and it was really stuck on there. I didn't know it was leaking because of this crappy flooring I have in here, which I need to change. So anyway, there's so much like calcium, or around here it's lime deposits on here. I'm going to go get a piece of sandpaper. I'm going to try to sand it off a little bit so the new pump will fit on there a little bit better. Okay, so I got a little piece of sandpaper. I think this is a 60 grit. I'm not sure. Well, it doesn't say on there, but I think it's 60 grit. It doesn't necessarily have to be 60 grit, but the rougher the better, because it's not easy to get that junk off of there. Might even be better to use like a metal file, but I don't have one right at the moment. Actually, the 60 grit's taking it off pretty good. Might be 80 grit, I'm not sure. But it's coming off pretty well, so. You don't want to do it too much, you don't want to get too small. I think that would take a lot of work, though. I think that's pretty good. Use this old towel to wipe it off. Dry it. Alright, now I got the new pump. Came really fast. They shipped it really quick. I wish they would have sent clips with it, though. These are so rusted out. Yeah, I mean, that one's like ready to blow. I don't know where to get clips for it. Good and solid. I blew on it. Alright. So, should probably put the bottom clip in there so it's ready, so you don't have to mess around too much. Bottom clip at least, top clip if you can. I'll put the top. Forget it. I hope you can see what I'm doing. There's a cog inside there, and I'm just sticking the screwdriver down in there and turning it on the cogs so that it turns this part that goes on the motor shaft, so I can line it up. think that should do it. Now there's 4 legs on the pump. The 4 little legs go into these. There's little dimples on the motor. So make sure that they're in the little dimples, because that'll keep it from turning and causing a problem. You know, I mean, it just kind of helps it in addition to the clips. Kind of helps it stay in place. All right, it's in place, and now just put the hoses back on. I did also get a what do you call it? Tub seal gasket. But I don't think I'm going to go through the trouble to replace it, because you really have to take the entire washing machine apart. And, of course, it's going to run more water down there. It's not easy to get these hoses back on there. Fine. Okay. Alright, it's on there now. Squeeze the metal piece and bring it back down in place. These can be a real pain. Watch out that you don't pinch your fingers. So there you have it. That is how to change a water pump on a Kenmore 70 series washer. If you find the video helpful and you want to give me a tip, because YouTube has demonetized my whole channel because I don't have enough subscribers. Or views, or whatever their criteria is these days. But anyway, if you want to give me a tip, I have a PayPal tip jar down in the description. Click on that. If not, that's totally cool. I hope it helped you. Give me a thumbs up if it helped you. And now I'm moving on to the dogs, the directional cogs, and I'll make that another video, because my agitator doesn't work like it should work, and I'm fixing that with some new cogs. So that's up next.